February 12th, 2012, February something, 2012. My only Premier League goal against Bolton at home.
Davies, Dempsey, trying to cut it inside for Altidore, shielding his man. Altidore, the shot, deflects in. Josie Altidore gives the USA the lead. Failhaber, Donovan is free.
I know exactly what it is.
Cut it back, it's deflected. Quick
it's
shot, score. The
Spain,
US
Confederations Cup.
2-0.
Semi-final deflection in South Africa. So Confederations Cup was, we barely squeaked out of the group stage, and then we get Spain in the semi-final, and they should wipe the floor with us, undefeated in a world record amount of games, and we probably had no business on the pitch, but we did what we do best, and we fought and we rolled our sleeves up, and they didn't really like it, and we kind of took some opportune moments, and that's football. When when you got a guy like Clint Dempsey, he doesn't care about who Spain thinks they are. He's tough as nails, and so he kind of has that grit, and once we got 2-0, you're thinking we've held out long enough, we're going to win this game.
Guardiola who plays it deep. Saifi with a header. Howard gratefully claims it. Distribution, brilliant. Landon Donovan. There are things on here for the USA. Can they do it here? Cross, and Dempsey is denied again. And Donovan has scored.
Yeah, the goal against Algeria to send us through was. When I look back on it, it's one of the coolest memories I have, because it goes down as one of the most iconic moments in U.S. soccer history. So that's kind of, to be a part of that is special for me, to talk about it and to be talked about as part of that team, as part of that play. The game was funky because Algeria needed a result. I think they needed to win. I think we needed to win. There was no defense being played. It was like a tennis match, because they had to go for the win. We had to go for the win. So it was, you have it, we have it. And the craziest celebrations ever. That massive pylon and slides, and it was something to behold.
Everton though win it back, send it back to their keeper Tim Howard. Another really long clearance, and Howard has scored.
February 12th, 2012, February something, 2012. My only Premier League goal against Bolton at home. Yeah, and at Goodison Park. A bad, dodgy back pass from my best mate, Sylvain Distin, and stuck my foot through it. Gale Force wins, and clearly the rest is history, but it was a really good goal, actually, in the end. People always ask me and want to talk about when I scored, and I always say, it was great, but we lost the game, so it doesn't feel as good. I wasn't really one to ever, celebrate, and that was early in the game, so I was always kind of the pessimist. There's a long way to go in this game, so even if someone else had scored, I wouldn't have gotten that excited. It was just, keep my head and keep playing. And listen, if I had to do it all over again, shirts coming off, jumping in the stands, it's all happening. But for that time, I didn't celebrate.
Together has been the club's motto. Can they produce it right at the end? Aguero, if anyone can, it's him. Back to Balotelli, it runs for Aguero! They've done it! City win the title! It's Aguero with his 30th goal of the season! I don't believe what I'm seeing!
At Man City against QPR, final day of the season. That was their first Premier League title. Aguero, shirt off, whipping around his head. Yeah, big moment for City. That was when they had big investment, and they were gonna change the tilt of power in the Premier League, and it just didn't come off for them. And year after year, it's just hard to do. And that was their breakthrough. That was their big breakthrough moment. And kind of the Man City we see today, that was the first cornerstone in building that dynasty. So yeah, I remember that well.
Keane, Neville, Gary Neville's cross, Ronaldo! Well, you couldn't say it wasn't coming.
Watch Ronaldo. He started the widest of all the players, and it's just his movement. Standing, the Millwall players. It's probably Dennis Wise. Fatal mistake.
And in it goes. Ruud van Nistelrooy rams in the penalty and reinforces Manchester United claims on the FA Cup today. Scholes.
Lawrence wasn't sure. Ryan Giggs might have a goal for himself here, but he doesn't because Ruud van Nistelrooy, he has done it again. It's 2 goals.
Cup
in an
final?
FA Cup game again.
FA Cup final
Time for Ruud van
against
Nistelrooy.
Millwall. 2004, I believe that was. Yeah, that's right. When I went over to England, I just knew like there was something special about playing for Manchester United. There was something special about winning, and like FA Cup, the tradition and the history. Like as we started to go on that cup run, I was just like, man, we could actually do it here in my first season. It was nice to cap off what was a very long, hard season with the FA Cup, and to be an American, to lift it, it was different levels. It was an interesting team because one of Sir Alex Ferguson's greatest parts of his legacy is that he was able to build and rebuild teams after a championship season or a championship team started to decline. He was very quick to rebuild it, and it took a couple of years. And so when you look at that team, even in the rebuilding phase, still had the ability to win trophies. And there were some players on that team who were some of the old guard, but some of the new as well, in Van Nistelrooy and Ronaldo, and you start to see some of these players coming through. And so pretty special moment in 2004.